Hey everybody, Frank DeLeo, pastor at Trinity Point Church and the author of the new book, CPR for the Heart, A Spiritual Journey from Death to Life. You know, I'm convinced there are 6 major issues, 6 things that really dictate whether a person will harden their heart or not toward God. And those 6 issues, those 6 warning signs we've been talking about all last week. I hope you'll go back and look at them if you didn't see them. Well, what are they and how do they influence things? First, very simply, suffering. When we physically suffer, we can harden our heart toward God. Second, psychological. Things that we think about or identify with can easily harden the heart. Third, our culture, where we live, what we do, what we don't do. Fourth, spiritual. Very significant. Fifth, and maybe the most difficult behind suffering, corruption. How we see all of that as a part of our life and that God can't stop it. And last is perception, how we perceive things. You see, each of these can influence the heart toward or away from God, a loving God. Look, it breaks my heart when I see people who have been good, kind, and happy and believers all of a sudden switch and begin to harden their heart. It starts slowly, but eventually they become disingenuous toward God and they feel like He's not there for them. They push away from Him because of their suffering. They feel like God doesn't exist. Oftentimes it comes from the physical problems we experience. I hear people say things like, you know, I've been sick for a very long time and I've asked God and the people in the church have asked God to heal me and He hasn't healed me. So why should I continue to believe in Him? How about this one? You know, my mom has been sick for a long time and I have been praying day and night on my knees, weeping that God would heal her. And she died anyway. Why should I believe in Him? Why should I even care about this God that you talk about? That can harden your heart. These are not easy, and there's many others within those parameters of the 6 that can change the heart, and many more examples we talk about. You know, it almost sounds like a cliche when you hear people say things like, you know, we live in a broken world, as if that's going to satisfy their problem or stop them from hardening their heart toward God. You see, but God's made a plan and He's made an easy way for us back if we'll just search for Him and open our heart to Him. Maybe that's the beginning of the resuscitation that must take place. Is to have a serious conversation with God, to seek Him and to say to Him, show me, how do I know You're real? How do I return to You? Listen, please listen to me. All of us, whether we are believers or not, are going to have trials, tribulations, and problems. The question is, how do we see ourselves through those situations? How do we return to God? How do we soften our heart? Listen, the Father draws near to the lonely hearted, but when we harden our hearts, we can't see Him or feel Him. That's what CPR for the Heart explores. How do we resuscitate that heart from hardness back to full love and compassion for a loving God who, by the way, has never stopped loving us? I hope you'll join us on this journey of exploration in discovering how to resuscitate the heart from a hard heart back to a loving relationship with our Father. CPR for the Heart, A Spiritual Journey from Death to Life, comes out in early February. I hope you'll stay tuned and connect with us and get the book and see how it can help you or anyone you love or anyone you know. God bless you. Have a great day.